Hey friends, welcome back to A Reseller's Passion YouTube channel. I appreciate you so much for joining me today. This is the second parter in the series where I'm talking about domains and websites. You can hear a train in the back. I'm going to keep going. The first video I talked about domains and how to start a domain and to create your name. And now I want to get into the actual websites. So having a website is really important. It makes you real and genuine, right? But it also makes you feel good about yourself. If your business isn't large, don't worry about it. The cool thing about technology today and social media and online is that anyone can have a website. Before, it used to be this thing where we would go shopping on, like, Amazon and Walmart and like small businesses, but now it's so easy where you can create a website for your own business. That's amazing. You've already got your domain with your name. That was already awesome because like for like between $5 and $15, you created a real present for yourself. You picked a name that fit your personality, that fit your brand. Now you're a real business. Now the next step is to find a website platform that you can that can host your business, right? So I'm on Shopify. I talked about this in the previous video, and people who know me, they know I'm on Shopify. I chose Shopify because it's easy for me. Over the years, I've tried other platforms, and I'm going to tell you about a few of those in a few minutes. But Shopify was unique to what I wanted to do. They have everything incorporated in that website. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few names and I'll talk about a couple ones that I've used over the years and then why I stuck with Shopify. So some of the websites that you can use are and the reason, and these are simple websites. Let's go to this. These are websites that you can put together yourself because there are companies who can build a website for you. You may have a friend or a spouse or you yourself have gone to school and you've learned how to create websites. You're starting off, so you're going to start with yours and you start with friends and then you can get bigger and bigger than that. But these are sites for people who don't want a whole lot of fuss and they can read. It's really simple to put together. It's step by step. So that's why I'm only giving you these. But if you want to go further, I would say definitely go to Google, do some research, find out if you know someone in your family who puts websites together, website creators. So these again are simple and these are inexpensive ones as well, because I used to work with a person who put the website together for me. Now, one of the challenges is I stopped working with other companies because with my website with Shopify, I'm able to do whatever I want to it. I can go in at any time. I don't have to call anyone else and ask them to fix it or tweak it. I can add whatever photos. It's a learning process, but it's worth it to me. I'm totally 100 hands-on in my business. So these are the sites that allow you to be 100% hands-on on your own, okay? So one of the website providers that people probably don't know anything about, don't think that they provide websites, that they just do business cards and postcards and things like that, is Vistaprint. Years ago, I used to have a Vistaprint website. I purchased my domain from them and they put together your website for you. It's step by step. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was. Now, mind you, this was about 7 or 8 years ago when I was just kind of getting started. So I would get frustrated. I still had like younger children, so I didn't have the time. I thought that Vistaprint was a little bit time consuming, but for a person who has like attention to detail, Vistaprint would be a good place to start. You can purchase your domain from them. As I said, Vistaprint is always having sales. And that was one of the main reasons why I went with them, because I was already purchasing postcards and business cards and doing business with them. So they always have some type of coupon code. And again, this time of year, we're in November. Today is November 20th. It's always starting, the sales are starting to start for the Christmas. Everyone has sales, from, of course, the basic stores to even, website providers to domains. Okay. So Vistaprint is one. The second site that I've used before is GoDaddy. Now, when GoDaddy first started, to me, it was a little bit challenging, again, like Vistaprint. and I started it and I wanted to use it for my crochet design business. I purchased my domain name from them, and then I tried to put the website together. I did it, but to me it was a little bit difficult going in every day and adding photos and things like that. I like simplicity, so it was too much detail involved in it. Then a few years later it changed and I tried to give it another chance. It was nice in the development and the growth and some of the changes, but it still seemed like a lot to go in every day. It was too many steps involved. But a person who has attention to detail, again, GoDaddy would be perfect for you. And also, I like the sites where you can actually purchase your domain name from them and go from there. There is two other simple ones, not to get them confused. One is Weebly, Weebly, and the other one is Wix, Wix.com. They are very simple. One thing I like about Weebly and Wix, they actually allow you to have free websites. You don't have to have a domain. The only challenge with that is that when you create a website, it will be Weebly.com and slash your name, whatever you pick, and then it'll definitely indicate that it's like the free version. So it won't be like a reseller's passion. It would be weebly.com slash a reseller's passion. So Weebly still owns you, Wix still owns you, but it's a good way if you don't want to make a monetary investment in the beginning and you're just trying to get started and figure out if a website is for you. Then Weebly and Wix and Shopify also has the free options as well. And then another great website provider is Squarespace. Just one word, Square and Space. They're really good as well. And then Shopify. Now, let's talk about Squarespace for a minute. The reason that I don't use Squarespace is because if you get a Squarespace website, you have to pay them all the money up front. And what I mean by that is every website provider has different tiers that you can start off. If you don't have like a lot of business, it's like tier 1, it's tier 2, tier 3. And it's similar to like if you're reselling. If you've been on eBay, and you buy a store, it has the different tiers. It's the same thing. So I know like the highest tier eBay is like a couple $1,000s or something like that. So you start off with like a $20 store, and then it goes up to like, I don't know, $500. I've never gotten that big, and then it's like the bigger store. Well, as you get bigger, they require you to pay the money in one lump sum for the whole year. There is no monthly payment. So with Squarespace, any plan that you pick, you have to pay that all at one time. So if it's $129 tier, you have to pay that $129. Now for people who are doing really well and they don't mind paying the initial 1 year payment, then it's perfect because they have everything ingrained in Squarespace where you can set up. It takes you from start to finish, and it's just a wonderful thing. Okay, but the other platforms do have monthly plans that you can pay. That's what I like about Shopify. So I'm going to segue into Shopify. Now Shopify, I've been on Shopify for probably about 5 years. As I indicated in the domain video, I use Shopify for my crochet design business. So I sold on Etsy and things started going really well for me. So I decided to start a crochet design business on Shopify. Now, this is the cool thing. I already had a name. My name was Surprise Designer. I created that domain with GoDaddy. Okay, and remember, if you watch the domain video, I indicated that you have to have a domain that can be transferred to another platform if you decide not to stay with the original platform. Okay, so I was able to transfer my domain name, Surprise Designer, over to Shopify from GoDaddy, and then they give you all the instructions of how you do that. Okay, that's what I love about how the way technology is changing, the simplicity of it. So I was able to take my domain name, Surprise Designer, and move it over to Shopify. I decided to go with the basic store. It's $29.95 a month. And it's worth it if you're making, like literally, if I made 2 hats, I already made back the money. So it may seem like a lot, but the whole purpose of having your website is to expand and to grow your business. So you have to come with the frame of mind that your business is going to be making money. Okay, that's the whole purpose of having a website. Do not start a website if you don't have a plan, if you don't already have an audience that is going to allow you, that's going to come into your website and spend money. if you don't know how to um, share, or if you're not using social media, then you're not going to be really successful. And I believe that 100%, because after a while, your family can only buy so much, your church can only buy so much, your friends can only buy so much from you. So the whole goal is having a website is to expand your business and reach people that you wouldn't otherwise reach. Okay, so back to Shopify. So fast forward to now, when I started to brand myself and I decided to become a reseller's passion, I said, you know what? I had a Shopify account when I was Surprise Designer. So I went into Shopify, I purchased a domain. So I own a reseller's passion, and it's resellerspassion.com. And I purchased again the first tier, which is $29. I don't know the cost of the other tiers because they don't really interest me. I don't have enough, I'm not doing enough business that I need anything bigger than I'm doing. But Shopify takes you step for step in how to build your business. They allow you to pick templates, and the template is just the theme of your business. And then you can change the color, you can add your own photos, you can do whatever you need to do. My suggestion is, once you buy your domain and then you purchase your website platform, you really do a lot of research before you start trying to add things. I was already used to doing it, so it was already literally just segueing. It was only a couple months in between. I stopped crocheting and I closed that down, and then I started a reseller's passion. So I was already used to Shopify, and it was like no guesswork into what did I do. The cool thing though is I've expanded and my business is changing. I have a different audience. My content is different. So I actually have not only the flexibility and the understanding of Shopify, but I'm getting more knowledge because there's so many things I can add to it. So once you get your website, not only can you sell items, but you can add things to it. So this is the other thing. You have to know ahead of time the purpose of your website. If you just want to sell, then just get a simple platform, Wix, Weebly, GoDaddy. But if you want to expand, Squarespace or Shopify are perfect, and you can look for several more. These are simple, they're easy, people know about them. Like I can tell you some of the things that I have on my Shopify. I have a blog. Now mind you, my blog is not monetized, but because of the traffic that I bring in, it does get out there. I haven't been doing the blog as actively as I like, just because it takes up so much time. And because I have a podcast, those who already know me know that I have a Reseller's Passion podcast. So what I used to do in the past was, when my guests sent me their story and their photos after I produced the podcast episode, I would instantly go into my blog and write up a story based on the information they provided to me. It became too much, so I kind of stopped doing it. I do want to get caught up a little bit, but I don't really have the time. So I thought that I would be like blogging, but I don't have the time. So that's another thing that's good about my blog. It's not monetized, so it doesn't force me to have to continue write. It's extra, and then it also helps show me the numbers and how many people are coming into my site and looking at my content. Then I also have I can sell some items. I can link my podcast to it. I can link my Instagram to it. I have an email list when people, they come into my website, they register. There's so many things I can do with my website. It's basically me. It's a reseller's passion. I have a link where they click it and it takes them to my Poshmark closet, a link that used to take them to Macari. And so you can basically do whatever you need with a website. It's you create your individuality through your website. And so the last thing I want to say about website is that I just said it a little bit earlier, but if you're going to create a website, make sure you know what you want to do with it. If you want to expand and you have a staff and everything, then a bigger website, Squarespace, Shopify, or you can hire somebody to create a website for you. But do not invest in a domain or a website until you know for sure you want to do something different, that you want to sell. You want to go beyond what you're doing. If you're not making sales on your current platform, or if you don't know how to use social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, if you're not utilizing those now where you are, then it's not going to be worth it for you to get a website. Because when you get a website, you're basically your own platform. We have Poshmark and eBay and Tradesy and Amazon and all of the other reselling platforms. If you're a reseller, anybody can watch this video, but if you're specifically a reseller, those platforms help you get your item out there. Sometimes we don't get sales, so we get frustrated, but I guarantee you, if you go out on your own and you host your own website, you'll see that the challenge is going to be greater than anything you've been doing on the current platforms that you're selling from. So once you get your website, you have to learn how to be your own provider. You have to share. You have to actually link your platforms that you're on, your social media platforms. So if you're on Facebook, you have to link your Facebook page. If you're on Instagram, you have to link your Instagram. If you're on Twitter, you have to link your Twitter. And if you're on Pinterest, you have to link on Pinterest. So it's really important to get this information out on your own. Okay, so what I'll probably do, I'll think about it, and I'll probably put together another video showing you how to get your website out on social media. I do it every day and it's no problem. So hopefully this information has helped you. If you're being brave and you're being bold, you've created your domain, now it's time to create your website, but only do it if you have the additional funds and you're ready to go full force ahead with your business. Thank you for watching, friends. If you like my smile and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much.